that it reduces things to essence that people can grasp. What is it about that that's interesting to you?
I like that. I like how you phrase that. It reduces it to an essence, because for me, it chops off all of the extra and it reduces it to what happened. Like, what do you say? What's this about? And I think in my writing, that's what that's what I have the patience for. As many novels as I've stopped and started, I have the patience for this is what happened. This is what happened. And I want to grow to this great novelist. But right now, I'm a poet. I'm just a Bill.
You've spoken publicly about what I'm about to ask you, so I feel more comfortable asking you, but we don't have to go there if you want to.
We can go anywhere.
Can you speak up a little bit?
I'm sorry. I was saying that what I'm about to ask is something Jaha's spoken about publicly before, so I feel more comfortable asking her about it, but she doesn't have to respond, obviously. If she doesn't want to, but she says she will. And you've talked about as Robin not being able to tell your story, even when you wanted to tell your story, you weren't enough proper listeners responding to that story.
Right.
So I find it interesting that in choosing poetry and the way you describe it, where it gets rid of all the stuff and just talks about what happened. How important to Robin was that? Let's just get to what happened, because y'all weren't listening to me before, so I need to have a life where people understand what happened.
Jaha saved Robin's life. It's not that I'm a different person, not that I've changed like that, but Robin's voice was, and I'm not talking to myself, like talking about myself in the third person to be all Hollywood, but there were things as Robin, there were things that happened that shut me up, that silenced me. And then as I grew and developed more of myself and got to know more people and got better acquainted with myself, I became Jaha. And I was able to grab my voice back. And I was able to say, this won't happen again to someone else on my watch without me saying it. And speaking gave me power, and it gave Robin power, because it allowed me to say, whatever it is, not whatever it is, because I haven't been through everything, but that thing that's really awful that you may have gone through, it looks like me, too. I don't know, Jaha just, Jaha saved her life, bless her heart. Because Robin had to be very perfect. She had to be. It was her job. It was her job in the church. It was her job at school. It was her job in the family. And there was no room for me to not be, there was no room for me to not be perfect. And Jaha didn't have those expectations. Nobody, Jaha actually is expected to mess up a lot. And she does. Robin, as the oldest child, and then in all fairness, it wasn't just my family or my church members that put that pressure on me. I put that pressure on myself. And being perfect allowed me to hide. It allowed me to not be ugly. It allowed me to be not victim of sexual abuse as a child and love. Like, that didn't happen to me because you see how perfect I am. Nah, because, and I remember, you asked that, it made me think of a story. I have a cousin who lives in Philadelphia, and when we were children, she would come out to California and she would visit for the summer. And one particular summer, I remember we were all at my grandmother's house, and I was always combing my hair. I had black girl long hair, which means it's to your shoulder.